From a frenzied flood that left 3 people stranded on a vehicle, and a landslide in India that wiped out nearly an entire village, to a massive flood in China, and an earthquake of significant magnitude affecting hundreds of kilometers. Here are 10 devastating natural disasters and landslides captured on camera. On November 29, 2024, the city of Paranavaí in Paraná, Brazil, faced a severe flooding event. Hours of heavy rainfall caused rivers to overflow, inundating residential areas.
É verdade, o carro tá indo embora lá. Rapaz do céu.
Many residents struggled to navigate through the fast-moving waters. Dozens of vehicles were swept away, and hundreds of homes were completely submerged.
Tá aqui em casa. Nunca vi isso na vida, desde que eu mudei aqui. Olha a onda. Lá na frente, afundou a van.
Even farms were not spared from the devastation. This chicken farm was completely submerged, leaving both the animals and the livelihoods of farmers at risk. Rescue teams were immediately deployed to assist residents. Boats and helicopters were used to save those trapped in dangerous areas.
Olha ali, cara. Olha a câmera do Maurinho do Arthur, tá? Tá nela. Tá nela. Tá nela. Tô falando pra ela.
Initial reports indicate that hundreds were evacuated and property damage was extensive. The lives of Paranavaí's residents were turned upside down by this disaster. While this disaster has caused significant hardship, the spirit of solidarity and mutual support will help the people of Paranavaí overcome these challenges. Let us keep them in our thoughts and prayers. This winter, Turkey is facing one of the harshest snowfalls in its history. Thick snow and freezing weather have plunged many areas into chaos. The heavy snowfall caused roofs to collapse and brought traffic on major roads to a standstill. Many areas endured prolonged power outages and freezing temperatures.
Don't gun it. Don't fully gun it.
Millions of residents are struggling with basic necessities. The lack of electricity, water, and food has turned winter into a real survival battle.
I think you will. So just go straight. Soon you see they come out, keep going. Bunlar inanmıyor bunlar.
Var abi var. 1 metrenin üzerinde kar ya. Hala etenden yağıyor evet. Ağaç başında mahsur kaldım. Neredesin yetiş?
The severe weather not only disrupted transportation, but also triggered sudden avalanches, endangering lives in mountainous regions. Though winter brings many hardships, the resilience and compassion of humanity remain a beacon of light in the darkest times. India is witnessing one of the most devastating periods of natural calamities. In the past 4 days, over 90 lives have been lost to flash floods and landslides in Himachal Pradesh, with the nationwide death toll nearing 200. Today, a massive landslide struck the Kulu area in Himachal Pradesh following days of heavy rain. Fortunately, the buildings had been evacuated prior to the disaster.
गाड़ी भी ले लो पीछे open.
In Shimla, the Krishna Nagar area was hit by a landslide, causing several houses to collapse. Rescue operations are underway. Another landslide struck the NHPC hydroelectric power station in Sikkim, disrupting operations and endangering critical infrastructure. These flash floods and landslides are not just natural disasters, but also clear signs of the climate crisis. Extreme rainfall has rendered many areas unsafe. A terrifying landslide struck the Badrinath Highway near Patalganga in Uttarakhand on July 10th. Footage shows massive debris blocking the road. Japan, a nation accustomed to natural disasters, has recently experienced a powerful earthquake, leaving devastation and grief across affected areas. A powerful 7.3 magnitude earthquake struck early this morning, centered in Miyagi Prefecture. Buildings shook violently, and critical infrastructure sustained significant damage. In coastal areas, tsunami warnings were issued, prompting thousands to evacuate urgently. Hundreds have been displaced following this disaster. Temporary shelters were quickly set up to support affected individuals. Rescue teams have been deployed to search for the missing. The top priority is to save as many lives as possible. Footage from the scene reveals the sheer intensity of the earthquake. The ground shook violently, and many areas descended into chaos. Earthquakes are a reminder of nature's power and the necessity of disaster preparedness. Together, we can minimize damage and save lives. Last weekend, continuous heavy rainfall triggered a devastating flood across several southern provinces in China. Over 1 million people have been affected by this storm. Heavy rains continued for 72 hours straight, causing severe flooding in major cities like Guangzhou and Chengdu. Roads and bridges sustained significant damage. The floods not only destroyed infrastructure, but also forced thousands of residents into incredibly difficult circumstances. Thousands of people have been evacuated from flood-prone areas with the help of rescue teams and humanitarian organizations. Rescue teams have worked tirelessly around the clock to search for the missing and bring victims to safe zones. Along with human losses, the floods have caused massive economic damage, with thousands of businesses affected and millions of hectares of farmland submerged. On the morning of November 29th, Mount Merapi in Indonesia erupted violently, spewing massive columns of smoke and flowing lava. This is one of the largest eruptions of the year. From a distance, the massive column of smoke rising from Mount Merapi looks like a storm of dark ash, obscuring the surrounding sky. The fiery red lava streams cascade down the slopes, burning everything in their path. The thick ash clouds from the volcano have blanketed the area, causing many surrounding regions to be deprived of sunlight for several days. Before the eruption, experts had warned that Merapi's activity was increasing. However, the strength of the eruption still caught everyone by surprise. Emergency warnings were broadcasted through loudspeakers and television, urging residents to evacuate immediately from high-risk areas.
Kalem wae, siji rasa banter-banter.
This eruption has caused not only property damage, but also posed a serious threat to the lives of thousands. Villages at the foot of the mountain have been completely destroyed. The thick ash clouds from the volcano have blanketed the area, causing many surrounding regions to be deprived of sunlight for several days. September 30, 2022, a Category 5 hurricane made landfall on the east coast of the U.S., causing severe damage. With wind speeds exceeding 250 km/h, it turned coastal areas into ruins. This hurricane is considered one of the strongest ever recorded in U.S. history. Waves as high as 10 meters swept away many structures along the coast. From a distance, the hurricane appears as a massive vortex, devouring everything in its path. Over 1 million homes have been destroyed or severely damaged. Major cities like Miami and Jacksonville are nearly submerged underwater. The scene here is devastating. Vehicles scattered, buildings collapsed, and widespread power outages. Over 50,000 people have been evacuated to temporary relief centers. Rescue teams are working tirelessly to save those stranded. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content. See you in the next video.